Hi students, how are you? Welcome to class 12 chemistry and you are with me in the part 3 of the unit electrochemistry. In the previous part we have discussed about the Nernst equation and the EMF series. Today we are going to see about the conductance. What is conductance? The movement of charges is known as the conductance. Conductance are of two types. One is electronic conductance and another one is electrolytic conductance. This electronic conductance is seen in metals. Electrolytic conductance is going to be seen in electrolyte. The electronic conductance depends on the nature of metal, the number of valence electron present in the atom. It also depends on temperature, that is if the temperature get increases, the conductance will get decreases. The conductance didn't change the composition of this particular substance. It is the main property of the electronic conductance. Now coming to the electrolytic conductance, it depends on the nature of electrolyte, size and solvation ability of the ions present in the electrolyte, concentration of electrolyte, that is also going to influence the electrolytic conductance. Then the next factor is temperature. If temperature increases, conductance also increases. One more most important property is that the composition will change on passage of direct current, that is DC. Okay. While we pass direct current to the electrolyte, the composition of the electrolyte get changes or it get decomposed. Okay. In order to measure the conductance, we are facing two hurdles. What are the two hurdles? One is direct current. If we pass the direct current, the electrolyte will surely get decomposed. So this problem is rectified by passage of alternating current to the electrolyte, that is AC current is supplied to the electrolyte, means then the decomposition will be get stopped. The next thing is we can't couple the electrolytic solution with the bridge. See, usually a resistance is measured with the help of the Wheatstone bridge, in which there are known resistances and the unknown resistance is just measured with the help of the Wheatstone bridge. But in this case we can't couple the solution or electrolyte directly to a Wheatstone bridge. So we are in need of some other devices which would help us to measure the conductance. Okay. So this is the conductivity cell. This conductivity cell is actually contains a anode and cathode. A cell consists of anode and cathode, right? So it contains a anode and cathode, and those anode and cathode are coupled with that of a positive and negative terminal, and you can see a bridge near to this terminals. Okay. So this bridge will definitely read the conductance and the resistance of the particular electrolytic solution at the particular temperature and pressure conditions. This is the diagram of the conductivity cell. Okay. Over to me. So we are going to see about the conductivity cell. I come a little later to the conductivity cell. Before going to the conductivity cell, I want to discuss about the resistance and the conductivity. First thing, what is the conductance? What is the how the conductance is measured in the electrolytic solution? Consider a charged electrode. Consider a pair of charged electrodes. There are two charged electrodes, and the two charged electrodes are just separated by a distance of L, and the electrodes are having a area of cross section of A. Area of cross section A, and these electrodes are of course connected to the positive and the negative terminal, and the distance between these two electrodes are just filled up with that of the electrolyte. On supplying electricity, what happens? The electrolyte will start conducting, is it? So the movements of ions will happen inside the electrolyte. The ease of movement of ions to produce electricity is known as the ionic conductance or the electrolytic conductance. Now we are going to see the resistance. What is the resistance? Actually resistance is just the hindrance to the conductance. What is the symbol of the resistance? It is R. The unit of resistance is ohm. The symbol of ohm is this one. Okay, you remember this. Resistance is proportional to length divided by A. So this length is actually the thing just we discussed, that is the length of the electrodes divided by area of the cross section of the electrode. I am removing this proportionality factor and I am getting a new constant, that is this constant you have to call it as rho. Okay, this is the Greek letter rho. R is equal to rho into L by A. So now I am going to discuss the unit. Unit of resistance is ohm. Ohm is equal to rho into the L can be, that is length can be measured in meters, right. So meter divided by area is meter square. So I am keeping the rho in one side and getting other things into the next side. I am getting ohm meter. Okay. So this rho can also be called as the specific resistance or resistivity. In your whole book the term resistivity is much used. So that's all about the resistance. Now you remember, since I said resistance is the hindrance to the conductance, this conductance is just the reciprocal of resistance. So the conductance C, conductance symbol is C or G. Conductance is just the reciprocal of resistance. The unit is also in reverse manner. Say the unit of resistance, it is ohm. Say it in reverse manner, MHO. So we are getting the unit of conductance as MHO. We can also indicate by the symbol ohm inverse. This is conductance. Conductance can be indicated by G or C. I am writing here G. G is equal to 1 by resistance, that is, it is the reciprocal of resistance, equal to, I am introducing a new constant here. This constant is called as kappa. Kappa divided by A by L. What is this A? This A is actually the area and L is the length. That is just the reverse of the thing what we have learnt in the resistance. In resistance it is just L by A. In case of conductance it gets the reverse condition, that is A by L. Okay. This kappa is known as the specific conductance or conductivity. Now I am going to derive the units for it. What is the unit of conductance? That is ohm inverse equal to kappa meter square. What is the meter square? That is area. What is the length? That is expressed in meter. Keeping the kappa at one side and bringing all other rest of the things to the next side, we get kappa is equal to, here you should get as ohm inverse centimeter inverse, but I have write as S centimeter inverse. What is this S? This is called as the Siemens. We can also say ohm inverse as Siemens. Remember both the conductivity and resistivity. Conductivity is called by kappa and the resistivity is called by rho. Both these units have the ability to have a submultiple units, that is they can also have meter, they can also have centimeter, they can also have decimeter cube, that is they can have any submultiple units of their length and area. It is allowed for both the conductivity and resistivity. Okay. Now I am going to say something about the magnitude of kappa. This magnitude of kappa is going to apply somewhere, so I am going to discuss that. What is the magnitude of kappa? It is depend on just two factors. The one is the nature of material. Whatever the material, that is going to influence the kappa, and the next thing is the temperature and pressure. Carbon black, graphite and some of the organic polymers are just electronic conductance. Electronic conductance means just by movement of electrons, if the conductance happen means then it is called as the electronic conductance. Electronic conductance means conductance happen through the movement of electrons. So, these things happen or fall under the electronic conductance. Metals are already good conductors and insulators are of course to be the worst conductors. There are also superconductors. What is the term superconductors? Superconductors conduct electricity or have a conductance with zero resistivity. As I said, all the conductance have a hindrance of resistance, but this superconductance alone does not have any resistivity. Many metals, in earlier days many metals have the superconducting ability at a temperature of 0 to 15 Kelvin. Nowadays due to some advanced technology we are able to conduct make the materials into superconductors even without achieving this temperature itself. Okay. So, nowadays ceramic and mixed oxide also can have behave as a superconductors. Now, at this point I am returning back to my conductivity cell. I have shown that in the diagram I have shown you the conductivity electrode. That conductivity electrode actually contains the anode and cathode. That anode and cathode are just separated by 1 centimeter cube and they have an area of cross section of 1 centimeter cube. Okay. So, inside that there was filled a electrolytic solution. Usually we have a electrolyte of KCl. The saturated potassium chloride solution is taken as the electrolyte inside the conductivity cell because it will we know the conductance of this particular electrolyte by having a value for the known conductance. We can measure the conductance of unknown electrolyte. By using the conductivity cell we can measure the conductance of some other unknown electrolytes. Okay. So, this will be the conductivity cell and this conductivity cell is based or depend on only two factors, that is our L and another factor is A. This is called as the cell constant. What is this called as the cell constant? Temperature or the concentration of electrolyte does not have any influence on the cell constant. Only the L and A will influence the conductivity cell. So, this is called as the cell constant. Now, I am going to deal a problem with this. Okay, is based on the two factors L and A. The L and A is of course called as the cell constant. We also know that this I am indicating the conductivity cell as G naught. Just to differentiate from the conductance, I am using the conductivity cell as G naught since it is the known value. This is equal to 1 by R, that is the conductance is always the reciprocal for resistance, is equal to kappa. Why I have written kappa alone means this L and A are, as I said, they are of unity. So, G naught is equal to resistivity into kappa. Kappa is equal to cell constant divided by resistance. This is an important formula. Various problems can be expected in this area. So, I am given a just a simple formula, nothing more complicated. Just by supplying the values we are going to get the answer. See, read the problem. Resistance of conductivity cell with they have given the concentration 0.001 molar potassium chloride at 298 Kelvin is 1500 ohm. What is this? This is the resistance. The unit of resistance is ohm. What is the cell constant they have? What is the cell constant? That is G naught they have asked. If the conductivity of the cell is 0.146 into 10 to the power of minus 3 Siemens centimeter inverse. So, they have given the resistance, they have given the kappa value and now we are going to find the cell constant. What is the formula here? G naught is equal to RK. Just by multiplying the kappa value and the resistance value we are going to get the cell constant value, that is 0.219 centimeter inverse. Now, moving to the molar conductivity. What is this molar conductivity? Actually, this is a symbol for the molar conductivity. We said conductance of a electrolyte just depends upon the nature of electrolyte. It not sounds good. We should have a unanimous quantity to measure the conductance of a electrolyte. In order to set this, we have find out the molar conductivity. Molar conductivity formula is kappa divided by concentration. Kappa unit is Siemens meter inverse divided by concentration. Concentration can be expressed as mole per liter, that is mole liter is can also be expressed as meter minus cube. So, I am cancelling this mole come into the numerator side. So, S meter square mole inverse, this is the formula for the molar conductivity, and here I have replaced the concentration just by molarity divided by 1000. So, this 1000 goes into the numerator, we get a formula like this. This is the formula for the molar conductivity. In this area also there are problems. So, the conductivity of 0.20 molar solution of KCl at 298 Kelvin is, they have given the conductivity value, that is 0.248 Siemens centimeter inverse. Calculate the molar conductivity. They ask you to find the molar conductivity, that is this quality. This quantity we have to find it out. What is the thing they have given? Concentration, 0.20 molar concentration they have given. The next value is kappa, they have given us 0.0248 Siemens centimeter inverse. I am supplying the formula. Molar conductivity is equal to kappa divided by C, and the kappa value is 0.0248 Siemens into Siemens centimeter inverse into this concentration is going to be 0.2, that is 0.20 molarity divided by 1000. So, the 1000 comes into the numerator, we get a value 124 Siemens centimeter square mole inverse. This, so that we have find out the molar conductivity. The next problem, the electrical resistance of the column 1 centimeter in diameter with the length 50 centimeter is 5.55 into 10 to the power of 3 ohm. So, what is this ohm? This is the resistance they have given. Calculate the resistivity and the conductivity. They have given the resistance. You are asked to find the resistivity, that is rho, and you are asked to find out the conductivity kappa. The given data I have written, they have given the diameter. Diameter is equal to 1 centimeter. 1 centimeter means just cutting into just dividing by 2 we get the radius, that is r is equal to 0.5 centimeter. Why we are making this r means we have to find A. No, what is the A? A is the area pi r square. So, r is find out 0.5 square. 3.14 into 0.5 square, we are getting 0.785 centimeter square. This is the A value. Length they have given us 50 centimeter. Resistance is already given in the problem. What is the formula for the to find out the resistivity? R is equal to rho into L by A. So, rho is equal to the resistance value I have written, that is 5.55 into 10 to the power of 3 into 0.785 divided by 50, that is the length. So, for finding the rho, this A comes into the numerator. So, 0.785 is in the numerator and the 50 centimeter, that is the length is which is present in the numerator. When going to this side, it will become in the comes in the denominator. So, I am getting the value of rho as 87.135 ohm centimeter. Now, coming to the conductivity, we can directly find the conductivity. If you know the resistivity, we can directly find the conductivity. Thus, because the conductivity is just going to be the reciprocal of the resistivity. So, 1 by 87.135 we are getting 0.01148 Siemens centimeter inverse. So, with this I am finishing my session. In the next session we will be seeing the fuel cells, secondary battery and corrosion, and with this the unit will be completed. Thank you.